Math2Code. Are you a software developer that needs to code up something complex but are rusty on your math? Or a teacher in a math or computer science program? Or maybe a student stuck on a late-night programming assignment? If you are any of the above, then our product is for you. Oftentimes, users encounter sophisticated mathematical equations found in online articles, academic papers, or lecture notes, and have a need to convert this math to working Python code. For many, this conversion from math to code is often quite time-consuming or conceptually difficult to read and translate. We offer a tool that allows you to upload a picture of your math equation, and we will automatically convert that picture into working Python code. Why convert math to Python code? Well, according to recent research, Python is one of the most widely used programming languages in the world, with its primary use found amongst data science and machine learning professionals, all math-heavy fields. Furthermore, most of those users skew younger and are either just starting out their career in the workforce or are currently students themselves, often using services like Wolfram Alpha, Chegg, or WebAssign to do their daily homework. However, there is currently no known competitor in industry that offers the ability to convert pictures to code, making our tool entirely novel and one of a kind. Additionally, we expect a high user adoption given that we offer a base level limited service entirely free, with conversion to a subscription-based pricing plan at your desired level. So let's see how our application at math2code.com works. Shall we? Let's say I come across some math equations on Wikipedia. I could take a quick snippet of the image here, go to the Math2Code web app, and upload that image like so. And voila, out comes its Python code equivalent. And these don't have to be images that are already pre-formatted for a computer. You can also upload a picture of your handwritten equation like this, and convert that to code. Here you go. Our application truly shines, however, when given an equation that most people would find difficult or time-consuming to turn into code, like found in my lecture notes here. Like before, I can take a picture using my snippet tool. Then upload that. And nice, I have my working Python code output here, with the required nested functions already predefined for me. On the right side, you can see educational cards which break down each fundamental step of the conversion process. Overall, we envision this ability to quickly convert between math and code would prove invaluable in a student's educational experience, teachers' curriculums, or even the daily workflow of researchers and industry professionals alike. We hope you begin to use this tool to improve your coding experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirsten. The team lead for Math2Code is Mundy, who is unmuted now.
Hello.
Questions for Mundy.
Mundy, who do you see as your kind of target users for this? I mean, it's a really cool feature, and it reminds me of a company called Socratic in New York. The founder once showed me a demo. It was a tutoring tool for like 8th graders, and you could take a photo of like very basic math, addition, multiplication, and then it would OCR the text and then tutor you through the answer, which was kind of cool. And it was like a really like powerful demo, and I think this kind of feature like lends itself to being demoed, and it like really stands out when it gets demoed. But I'm just curious what kind of use cases beyond, say, like like in real life, what are people going to use this for other than simply transcribing math into Python?
So beside our main target user was data science students who are, in our programs like our master's program or in bachelor's level programs. Python is being increasingly used all throughout even science programs or anything where, we want to bring in coding with the recent STEM movements. And so we envision, not everybody having the exact math prerequisites to be able to, parse very, very difficult equations. And so we envision this, both on the teacher side and on the student side, helping them with their homeworks. But also professional developers can use this tool. We haven't worked yet on this. This is a future scenario, but this can easily be a plugin to a developing environment for coders. And so whenever they come across, some documentation, it's like, oh, okay, there's some math symbols there. I'll just, quickly highlight it and then bring it into their developing environment, and then out pops the code. So yeah.
Yeah, API as an interface would be really cool.
Yeah, this is Peter. I would use this. I think that it's really relevant, especially when, just to give you a little perspective, less of a question, but just a lot of the companies that we see that are machine learning companies, it's less of a, hey, you guys have a really unique, machine learning model, and we're going to invest in you because, it's cutting edge and, that's your competitive advantage, right? Instead, it's, hey, you guys have a system to readily intake leading research and update your models with what's cutting edge, and your pipeline and your business model and strategy and the market conditions are what makes it an attractive opportunity. In order for them to stay up to date, right, you basically need to read research papers, right? Your CTO needs to read research papers and look at the math, right, and test things out. It's not just one application. So I think that just having this tool, like I said, I would use this because I do that. I build models to just rapidly iterate and incorporate research that's presented in this format. Because sometimes I'll reach out to people and be like, hey, can you just send me your code for the test that you did, because I want to use this, and I'm not going to be a competitor, right, to this professor or student. So just a little bit of insight, because it like I said, I would, if it's available, I would use this.
Yeah, honestly speaking, that was actually my main motivation for this, because I work in a place where we have to read a lot of science literature, and oftentimes we come across equations in academic papers, and there's a lot of information locked behind academia, and there's a bottleneck there just on math fluency. So yeah, that's a very, very strong use case. And
yeah, I think James and Peter's comments are really well made, and I agree with both of them. I think it's a really interesting product, or I think it's a really interesting feature, and feature's the important word there. I think it's definitely part of something potentially larger. So building products on either side of it could be something. But I also think that the business model you described is not a good one for a few reasons, and that by building products around this really interesting kind of hook or feature you've built, that opens you up to other business models. That's just an initial reaction, but it's a really cool product, and I'd use it myself for all the reasons that Peter explained. Like, our whole portfolio is AI and ML companies that read research papers and implement new model architectures based on reading math papers. So very useful.
Thank you. Yes, I'm in total agreement with that.